time to be the lineup for the next game. First one visiting the Lexington Leyendas. Leading off for the Legends, center field number 12, Leyendas. Batting second at first base, number 15, Leyendas Jr. Batting third at right field, number 9, Matt Whitaker. Batting fourth at second baseman, number 4, Leyendas. Batting fifth at third baseman, number 17, Drew Alice. Batting sixth at designated hitter, number 14, Nick Aikens Sr. Batting seventh in left field, number 6, Sam Clayton. Batting eighth and catching, number 3, Dalton Coolnick. Batting ninth at shortstop, number 1, Devin Hairston. Pitching tonight for the Legends, number 29, Cass Silver. The Legends are managed by PJ Willows, pitching coach Chad Mark, bench coach Sid Garza, and athletic trainer Price. Leyendas in Lexington starting lineup. Leading off in center field, number 3, Duran Elmore. Batting second, 22nd base, number 2, Luke Becker. Batting third, designated hitter, number 4, Cole Cotton. Batting fourth, playing third base, number 8, Luke Hyder. Batting fifth in right field, number 31, Sam Little. Batting sixth, first baseman, number 35, Webb Little. Batting seventh in left field, number 23, Mike Noonan. Batting eighth for shortstop, number 26, Colin Looney. And batting ninth in catching, number 24, Bobby Curtis. Pitching tonight for the Leyendas, number 14, Mike Castro. The Leyendas are managed by Eddie Brooks and Zach Hexie, pitching coach Chad Barton, bench coach Ross Burton, and athletic trainer Mike Smith. Fans at this time of the accident drive direct your attention to the on-field plate for the singing of our national anthem. Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome Dakar Cooper.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into Whitaker Bank Ballpark. This is the Battle of the Bourbon Trail. Hello again, everybody. Andrew Murphy on the mic with you this evening as the Legends and Las Leyendas duke it out for the second night in a row. Last night was a nail-biter, to say the least. The offense didn't get rolling until about the third inning when Devin Hairston for the Legends scored on an error by the third baseman Luke Heyer. And then in the bottom half of the third inning, Las Leyendas scored on an RBI double by the designated hitter Cullen Large. Some offensive stagnation up until about the seventh inning when Sam Claycamp was driven in on an RBI single by none other than the man of the week so far, Major Leaguer Brandon Phillips. He has been adjusting nicely, to say the least, to his Legends uniform. Where was I? Excuse me. And back in the eighth inning, of the bottom of the eighth inning, rather, for Las Leyendas, Colin Luty, the shortstop, was driven in on a sacrifice fly to right by Cullen Large yet again. And a 2-2 tie put the fate of the game in the hands of a sudden death 10th inning, where, as luck would have it, the Las Leyendas elected to pitch, so the Legends were up to bat. Ivan DeJesus was put on first base, and guess who was right after him? Brandon Phillips came up to the plate and on a 1-0 count smacked a walk-off two-run homer to left field, and the Legends took the game 4-2. So let's see if the Legends and Las Leyendas can split the series here tonight. On the mound for Las Leyendas, where again the home team is Mike Hochschild. The right-hander stands at 6 foot flat, 185 pounds. From Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and the first batter he faces of the evening is the leadoff man for the Legends, Ben Revere. He's in center field tonight. Revere, the left-handed hitter. Last night went 1 for 4 with an RBI on a sacrifice hit. The first pitch is taken outside for a ball, 1-0. Revere, the lefty, readies up, straightaway stance in towards the plate. The 0-1. There's a worm killer, lost control of that one in the dirt. And it's a ball and a strike. Revere leads things off for the Legends. He's followed by Ivan DeJesus Jr., Matt Winokur, Brandon Phillips, Drew Ellis, Nick Akins, Sam Claycamp, and Dalton Cornett and Devin Hairston. It's your Legends lineup. 1-1 delivery. Fastball misses outside. 2 balls and a strike now. Looking at Las Leyendas defense from left to right in the infield, Mike Millian in left, Duron Elmore in center, and Sam Little in right. As the 3-0 pitch is a called strike 1. Around the horn in the infield, Luke Heyer plays third base, Colin Luty at short, Luke Becker at second base, and Webb Little at first, and the 3-1 is fouled away. It will fill up the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bobby Crisp is catching balls and strikes for the righty Mike Hochschild. Last played for the Milwaukee Milkmen of the American Association. Full count to Ben Revere, the payoff pitch. Swung on and grounded sharply to second base. Becker scoops it up and sidearms it to first, 1 away. So 4-3 put out to begin things here in the top of the first, no score. And Ivan DeJesus Jr. steps up to the plate. Ivan DeJesus had not so good of a night last night. Went 0 for 5 with a run as he was put on first in the sudden death 10th inning. Hochschild with the pitch. It's a fastball in the lower third. No balls and a strike. DeJesus struck out 3 times last night and hit a sacrifice fly to advance a runner to third base. 0-1 on the way. Swung on and tipped away. Now 0-2. Legends donned in their classic home white uniforms with the white pants, white jerseys, blue lettering and numbers, and the blue helmets with the LEX insignia. 0-2 from Hochschild. Here it is. Swung on, another grounder, this time up the middle. Luty tries to glove it. It skips away as he rolls towards center field. And I believe they'll give DeJesus Jr. the single there. Tough grab for sure, as there was a big gap up the middle between shortstop and second base. So there's the first hit on the night for the Legends. DeJesus aboard at first, and Matt Winokur, the right fielder, steps into the box on the left side. It is Saturday night, and you know what that means. Fireworks. Stay after the game for a classic Legends fireworks spectacular right here at Whitaker Bank Ballpark. One man on, one man out, no score in the top of the first. Hochschild working from the stretch to the lefty Winokur. He deals the first pitch and off speed inside for strike one. Last night, Matt Winokur went 2 for 4 with 2 singles, and he had a stolen base. 0-1 to the right fielder. And the pitch. Swung on, fouled back to the screen behind home, and it's quickly 0-2. Winokur wipes the sweat from his brow and puts his blue helmet back on while adjusting his white batting gloves. He's close in towards the plate, set up straight away. Hochschild wheels and deals the 0-2. Swung on and lined over the head of Becker. It rolls into right center field. DeJesus on his way to second. The ball scooped up by Elmore, and there's another hit for the Legends, courtesy of Matt Winokur. Now here's the man of the week, Brandon Phillips, who, as I mentioned earlier, hit that fantastic 2-run homer to end things last night in the 10th. Saw a lot of folks walking in, donning their Cincinnati Reds gear. Brandon Phillips, not the only Cincinnati Red we have on this team. Ivan DeJesus Jr. spent some time with the Reds as well, as the first pitch to Phillips is skied way deep but foul into the stables in right field. Phillips has impressed pretty much every night he's been here since Wednesday. Tied the game Wednesday night with an RBI single, hit 2 home runs on Thursday night, and last night, of course, hit that game-winning home run. Nothing in one, the delivery. Swung on, grounded sharply but foul down the third base line. It rolls into the Legends bullpen. If you're at the ballpark or you're watching on the live stream, you may notice that Ben Revere's helmet looks a bit different from the rest of his Legends teammates, and that's because he took his old Atlanta Braves throwback helmet, colored the front sort of a tannish color, and put the Legends insignia on the front. So that is a game-used Major League helmet he's wearing. 0-2 is fouled back behind home plate. And a fan of the suite next to the press box almost got himself a souvenir. Overcast skies, 72 degrees with a slight wind blowing in from center field. Not the most picturesque night, but beautiful nonetheless. Great crowd on hand. 0-2, the pitch. There's a breaker upstairs, misses the zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Phillips. No score here in the top of the first. DeJesus Jr. on second. Winokur at first. They hit back-to-back singles. Brandon Phillips up to bat with a 1-2 count. He's got a chance to make something happen early. Hochschild comes set, glove at the waist. He deals. Swung on, fouled back. Phillips battling this at-bat with skill. Phillips taking his time out of the box. Knocks the dirt off his cleats with his black bat, now digs in. Taps the dish, pinwheels the bat, and it's perched above his right shoulder. One ball, two strikes. Hochschild with the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. On the breaker to the outside corner, one away. Who knew Brandon Phillips would be the first strikeout victim of Mike Hochschild in his Lexington debut? He's got to feel good after that one. I know I would. Heck, I'd feel good after any athletic accomplishment. But that's another story. So one away, runners still on first and second. Here's the third baseman, Drew Ellis. Ellis, another right-handed hitter, righty-righty matchup. The pitch. Off speed, misses inside, 1-0. Last night, Ellis went 1 for 4 with a single and a strikeout. Hochschild taking his time, discussing things with Bobby Crisp. 1-0, fastball, nicks the outside edge, and the count evens up at 1 apiece. Legends Baseball is brought to you in part by Kinetic by Windstream. Hochschild with the 1-1. Fastball. Up and in for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. No score here in the top of the first with 2 away and 2 men on. The pitch. 2-1 is swung on, belted to center field, and it's caught on a dive by Colin Ludy. So he missed a grounder up the middle, but saw that one coming as it slowly landed in shallow center, and he retires the side. So the Legends strand a pair and score none. Bottom of the first coming your way. Las Leyendas up to bat with Duran Elmore, Luke Becker, and Cole Cottom. Andrew Murphy with you on the Legends Broadcast Network. Stay tuned. Back inside Whitaker Bank Ballpark, where Las Leyendas and the Legends are tied at zip. Bottom of the first coming your way. Your starting lineup for Las Leyendas de Lexington. Batting first and in left field is Duran Elmore. Batting second and playing second is Luke Becker. The DH, Cole Cottom, bats third. Luke Heyer, playing third base, bats fourth. Sam Little, batting fifth and playing right field. Webb Little, his twin brother, is at first base, and he bats sixth. Mike Million, gotta love that name, bats seventh and is in left field. Colin Ludy, the shortstop, bats eighth. Bobby Crisp, the catcher, bats ninth. Taking a look at the defense for the Legends. Sam Claycamp is in left field tonight. Ben Revere in center. Matt Winokur plays right field. Around the horn in the infield, Drew Ellis at third base, Devin Hairston at shortstop. Brandon Phillips plays second base. Ivan DeJesus Jr. at first. Dalton Cornett handles the catching duties tonight for Cass Silber, the righty, also making his debut in a Legends uniform, along with Mike Hochschild for Las Leyendas. Silber stands at 5'11", 190 pounds, 25 years old, out of Jacksonville, Florida. Played at High Point University, but transferred to University of Montevello, that's a D2 school. And in his NCAA career, through 211 innings, gave up 180 hits, 17 homers, walked 107, but struck out a whopping 233. First pitch dealt to Duran Elmore. Misses high and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Elmore, the right-handed hitting outfielder. 1-0. Fastball misses high this time. 2 balls, no strikes. Elmore wore the collar last night, 0 for 4. He struck out twice. Coming into this game batting .195. 2-0. Fastball misses again. Silber trying hard to nick that upper third of the zone. Elmore is a Kentucky native. He attended Danville High School in Danville, Kentucky, and as he receives ball 4, it's a 4-pitch walk to lead things off here in the bottom of the first. Las Leyendas are donned in their gray uniforms with the blue lettering and numbers, and of course the blue helmets with the Lex insignia on the front. I believe it says Lexington across the chest as there's a pickoff attempt at first by Silber. Elmore slides in safely. Silber comes set. He's got his left foot back, his front foot back, rather. There's an off-speed downstairs, finds the zone for a strike, 0-1. Luke Becker, the second baseman, at the plate. Last night went 0 for 4 with a strikeout. 0-1 to the lefty. Runner goes. It's down and away. Inside, rather, and the throw down to second is not in time. Elmore had the wheels turning early on that one, and he's got himself a stolen base. The count on that pitch, low and inside, renders things 1 ball and 1 strike. So Elmore in scoring position on a stolen base. That's his 5th stolen base of the year so far. He's only been caught stealing once. 1-1. Fastball runs outside, moves the count to 2-1. Two balls and a strike. Silber keeping a close eye on the runner at second. The pitch. Fastball upstairs. Moves the count to 3-1. It's got to be tough adjusting back to the strike zone, your intended target as a pitcher, after looking back at the runner. And Silber did that pretty rapidly, which explains that high fastball. Swing and a miss on another fastball, probably where he wanted it, a little lower that time, and the count is 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Leyendas have a man on second base. Luke Becker at the plate looking at a full count. Silber with a payoff. Swung on, popped up foul. Back behind home, and the sweep just to my left almost had a souvenir as it bounced off the wall above the glass. Always got to be on your toes at the ball game. Never know what could come flying at you. Payoff pitch. Fastball misses down and in, and Becker is awarded first base on a walk. That's the first walk of the night for Cass Silber in his Lexington Legends debut. So with 2 runners on and nobody out, here's Cole Cottom, the DH, with an opportunity to make some magic happen. Cottom calls Knoxville, Tennessee his home, but attended the University of Kentucky. Silber got that front leg back, kicks up and fires, swing and a miss on a curveball to the outside, 0-1. Cottom, the former UK Wildcat at UK from 2016 to 2018, triple line slash 326, 399, and 533. Triple line slash, of course, the average, the on-base percentage, and the slugging percentage, and those are all 3 great numbers. 0-1, another breaking ball, missed way outside and low, and evens up the count, rather, at a ball and a strike. Tonight is Fireworks Saturday, and we've got promotions going all week long. On Wednesday night, you can come get a hot dog for 25 cents. Put laundry away for the night and come grab a hot dog or 4. Swing and a miss on a nice fastball that had a little movement on it to the outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 25-cent hot dog Wednesdays are presented by the Kentucky Coal Association. And, of course, on Thursdays, the promotion everybody knows and loves, Thirsty Thursdays, presented by the Lexington Brewing and Distilling Company. Silber with the 1-2. Off speed, missed down and away, and the count runs even at 2-2. Thirsty Thursday presented by our friends at the Lexington Brewing and Distilling Company. Dirt cheap beer. All domestic cans are $2, and Kentucky Ale products are $3. These exclusive specials are available every Thursday night at Whitaker Bank Ballpark. Silber with the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Dalton Cornett pops up, ready to throw out the runner at second, Duran Elmore. He's back in safely, standing up. Elmore was teasing Silber back there with a hefty lead off the second base bag. First strikeout on the night for Cass Silber. And the first out here in the bottom of the first. We are still scoreless. And here's Luke Heyer, the third baseman. Let's see if he can make some magic happen with a runner in scoring position. Got a rundown between second and third. Silber to third. Ellis with the tag, and there's two. Two gone here in the bottom of the first. So Duran Elmore called out on the 1-5 putout, and Luke Becker advanced to second base. It's going to count as a stolen base for him, and that's his 9th on the season. He currently leads Las Leyendas in stolen bases. He has not been caught once. So Becker in scoring position, Heyer at the plate now with 2 outs, still no count. Silber with the pitch. Breaker outside, missed the zone, 1-0. Luke Becker on second base, Luke Heyer at the dish. They were teammates at the University of Kentucky. Both were drafted. Swing and a miss on a fastball, low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike to Heyer. Becker drafted by San Diego in 2018, and Heyer drafted by the Los Angeles Dodgers in 2018. So a couple Kentucky boys turned California kids next to the 2018 draft. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 gone. Silber deals. Check swing on a breaker outside. Did he go? Yes, he did, says Tice, who's in the field tonight. Jason Tice. That'll teach me to write his name on my scorecard before the game begins. Jason Tice in the field. Chris Wood behind the dish this evening. Silber's got one he likes from Cornett. Comes set. Time is called by the catcher Cornett. And Heyer steps out of the box to readjust himself. He's back in now. A single tap of the dish. He's got a nice naturally finished ash bat. Ball and 2 strikes. Silber wheels and deals. Fastball runs outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 gone. With no score here in the bottom of the first. Infield shifted slightly to the left for the righty Heyer. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him on the off speed inside, and the inning is over. Luke Becker stranded at second base. Heyer fails to drive him in. 0-0 as we head into the top of the second here at Whitaker Bank Ballpark. Legends and Las Leyendas baseball back when we return. Nick Akins leads things off here in the top half of the second inning as we're scoreless. Hochschild with the first pitch, swing and a miss on an outside fastball, 0-1. Greetings and well wishes to the Breitbarts, who made the 12-hour drive down from Minnesota to watch last night's game and the game tonight as Akins waves and misses at another one, 0-2. Akins in the DH spot tonight for the Lexington Legends. Swing and a miss. Akins bats the breeze to lead things off here in the second, one away. Strikeout number 2 on the night so far for Mike Hochschild in his Lexington debut. He's given up a pair of hits and hasn't done much else. Now up for the Legends is Sam Claycamp, who's in left field this evening. First pitch to him, fastball, low and inside, misses the zone. No ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Claycamp last night went 1 for 3 with a single, a run, 2 strikeouts, and he was hit by a pitch. 1-0, fastball, nicks the low inside corner, one's all across the board, 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Claycamp, the righty, slightly staggered stance. He's rocking those Jordan 1 cleats, it looks like. 1-1. Breaker, this is outside and low. 2 balls and 1 strike now. Claycamp began playing at the University of Dayton in 2016, and then he transferred to Franklin College for the rest of his college career. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Got him on a nice off-speed down and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes is the count with 1 away. His career at Franklin College, he triple line slash 354, 469, 578. Outstanding numbers there. Righty readies up. Hochschild working from straight away, kicks back, kicks up, and fires forward. Swung on and grounded just foul down the right field line. First baseline, rather. It rolled into right field. Claycamp coming into this game, batting .340 impressively, 57 plate appearances. He's got 17 hits, 1 homer. Hochschild wiping some sweat from his brow with the collar of his jersey. Now comes set with the black glove at the waist. Takes a step back, now fires forward, fastball, inside and low, fills up the count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Claycamp back into the box now, digs his heel in. Twirls the bat, now perches it above his right shoulder. Payoff. Called strike 3 on the lower third. Ball had a nice break there, and there's out number 2. Strikeout number 3 for Mike Hochschild. It's the first looking strikeout on the night for the hurler Hochschild. Two gone, nobody on. No score here in the top of the second at Whitaker Bank Ballpark. Lights begin to turn on. And if you're joining us here at the ballpark tonight or any time, please remember that masks are required at all times as the first pitch sails high and pops out of the glove of Bobby Crisp for ball 1 to Dalton Cornett. Yes, if you're here or plan to be here down the stretch of the second half of the Battle of the Bourbon Trail, you must wear a mask. This one swung on, popped up high, but will land foul well over the rooftop behind home plate. A ball and a strike to Dalton Cornett. Cornett did not play last night, but in his last appearance went 2 for 3 with a run. Swing and a miss. Nice breaking ball, low and outside there from Hochschild. Count is 1-2. Hochschild takes a deep breath. Now a kick and a fire. Swing and a miss. No, drop third strike rather. But Cornett picks it up and fires it over to first. And that's out number 3. 3 strikeouts in a row for Hochschild. He's faring well in his Lexington debut. Los Leyendas up to bat in the bottom of the second with Sam Little, Webb Little, and Mike Million. When baseball returns here in Lexington, no score. Stay tuned. Bottom of the second inning here at Whitaker Bank Ballpark starts now. Lexington and Las Leyendas are scoreless at the end of 1.5. Sam Little, the right fielder, will lead things off for Las Leyendas. Greetings and well wishes to Patricia Fitzpatrick, watching all the way from, get this, Dublin, Ireland. Patricia Fitzpatrick, thank you for tuning in as the first pitch to Sam Little. Skips past the catcher for ball one. Sam Little, the lefty, readies up, slightly staggered stance. And that pitch is flied high into foul territory down the left field line. Cass Silber has given up a hit, a walk, and he's thrown out two batters on swinging strikes. That was back in the first. 1-1 pitch. Off speed, misses up and away. 2 balls and a strike now. Sun is peeping out from left field territory as this is a rocket of a line drive into the left field corner. This will be extra bases for sure. Sam Little on his way to second. Clay Camp picks it up, throws it into third. And it's caught by Hairston. There's a great double, great piece of hitting there by Sam Little to lead things off here in the bottom of the second, rather. So Sam Little in scoring position on second base. His twin brother Webb Little has a chance to drive him in. Sam and Webb Little, both from Fayetteville, New York. Both born on April 25th, 1997. Great year to be born, if I do say so myself. Line drive into left field. Sam Little on his way to third, and a single for Webb Little. And so with nobody out, Las Leyendas coming out of the gate hot here in the bottom of the second inning. Still no score. But with Little advanced to third on his brother's single, Mike Million has a shot to make some magic happen. Speaking of the Millions, Joyce Million says the Millions are watching in O'Fallon, Missouri. That's familiar territory for a St. Louis native such as myself. Million family, greetings and well wishes to you. First pitch to Million. Off speed, misses down and away, taken for a ball, 1-0. Down and in, rather. Million played in last night's game, went 1 for 3, and he scored a run. Silber comes set, glove at chest level. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Nice fastball to the outside edge. Evens up the count at 1-1. Millian played college ball at Missouri Southern State University, where took 198 at-bats, scored 50 runs, hit 55 hits rather. 14 doubles, two triples, 1-1. Swung on, there's a blooper to left center field. It gets down in front of Revere. Sam Little comes home. Mike Millian drives in the first run of the night for Las Leyendas. They lead at 1-0. That's the first RBI on the season as well for Mike Millian. Three hits in a row for Las Leyendas, and they managed to get a run on the board as Colin Luty, the shortstop, makes his way into the batter's box on the right side. The righty Luty. Luty waits for a pitch, and here it is from Silber. Off speed. Finds the corner on the outside. Good for strike one. Luty in last night's game went 1 for 2. He had a single, a run, and was walked. Runner in scoring position. Luty has 3 RBIs on the season. Let's see if he can make it 4. 0-1. Swing and a miss. A fastball outside. 0-2. Luty, a native of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Big fan of Milwaukee, Wisconsin myself. I like the beer and the sausage. 0-2. High and away. And my goodness, those cheese curds. Nobody out, 2 men on. 1-0 Leyendas here in the bottom of the second. Luty waiting patiently on the right side for a pitch. Silber's got one. Heaps back at Little on second and throws one down and away. Evens up the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Luty, while a native of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, is no stranger to the Bluegrass State as he attended Northern Kentucky University after transferring from Wabash Valley Junior College. 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Got him on the fastball away. 1 gone. That's strikeout number 3 on the night for Silber in his Lexington debut. All 3 of those strikeouts have been swinging. In the number 9 spot for Las Leyendas is the catcher Bobby Crisp. Bobby Crisp, slightly closed off stance in towards the plate on the right side. First pitch to him. Check swing on a fastball upstairs. Not going to matter. It's a called strike 1. Silber readies up and fires forward. 1 misses down and away. Got him on the breaking ball there. 1's all across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 away. One delivery. Swung on, fouled off the right knee brace of the catcher Cornett. It's going to take some time to walk it off here. Third base coach for Las Leyendas. Going to make sure he's all right. Even though these 2 teams are playing against each other technically, being that they both actively work together here in Lexington, there's no shortage of caring for the other team, as exemplified by that third base coach. Wonder if they signed a peace treaty or something before the season began. Bobby Crisp Sets back up in the box on the right side. Silber's got one, glove at the neck. Comes down to the letters on his jersey. The 1-2 swung on and belted hard down the left field line. It's foul into the triple play zone. A couple of youngsters chasing after that one. That ball was well struck. If it were fair, definitely would have scored Webb Little, the runner on second. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The score is 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. Silber's 1-2 offering. Fastball runs low and away. Evens up the count 2 apiece. Two balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch to the righty, crisp. That is popped up. Playable territory down the first baseline. Cornett throws the mask, sets up shop, and the rawhide meets the mitt. 2 gone. So a shaky situation so far here in the bottom of the second inning. Silber gives up 3 hits in a row to score the first run of the game for Las Leyendas. And with 2 on the bags right now, he struck out Colin Ludy and pitched into a pop-up to the catcher by Bobby Crisp. And like that, there are 2 away. Let's see how Silber fares the second time versus the left fielder Duran Elmore. Breaking ball finds the lower third of the zone. Nice bend there, looked like a curveball. And the count is 0-1. Elmore in a straightaway, knees bent stance, closer toward the plate in the box. Singled his first time up. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Nice breaker outside now. Some nice inside-outside movement, strategically placed by the pitcher Silber. And now with 2 men on the bases, he's 1 pitch away from getting out of this bottom of the second inning. 1-0 Leyendas. Elmore waiting patiently for the pitch. Silber comes set. He's teased by the runner on second, 0-2. Breaker is hung upstairs near Elmore's head. Some oohs and ahs emerging from the crowd. The count moves to a ball and 2 strikes. Elmore singled to lead things off in this game, as I said earlier. Stole a base, but was called out on a 1-5. The pickle between second and third. He skies this one deep to center field. Revere going back near the track, and he puts the glove on it to retire the side. So Las Leyendas score the first run of this game. They lead at 1-0. Top of the third coming your way. Legends show Devin Harrison, Ben Revere, and Ivan DeJesus Jr. when Legends and Las Leyendas baseball returns on Prep Spin and the Legends Broadcast Network. Back inside Whitaker Bank Ballpark as Las Leyendas just put their first run on the board. They lead things 1-0. Mike Millian drove in Sam Little to score that run, and the first pitch to the leadoff man on the top of the third, Devin Hairston, sails high near his head. 1 ball, no strikes. Swing and a foul tip back to the backstop. Runs the count even at a ball and a strike. Hairston in last night's game went 1 for 4 with a run, and he struck out once. He's got 10 hits on the season so far, 2 of which have been home runs. 1-1. Breaking ball. Nice curve ball there by Hochschild for strike number 2 on the lower third. Big gap up the middle of the infield. Outfield playing straight away. 1-2 on the way. There's a breaking ball. Tried to paint the back door that time, but missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Hairston. Hairston was the 6th round pick by the Milwaukee Brewers in 2017. This one swung on and hit high and deep in the air to left field. It's trailing into foul territory. Higher tries to reach over the bush near the triple play zone, but it drops in front of him. As a souvenir for one of the youngsters out there. Triple play zone out in left field seems to be a popular area for the kids to go and try and snag some foul balls. I've already seen a couple hit there this evening. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the righty Hairston. Hochschild delivers. Swing and a miss on a breaker to the outside, 1 away. That's the 4th strikeout in a row this evening for Hochschild in his Lexington debut. Came out last inning, struck out 3 in a row. His victims were Akins, Claycamp, and Cornett. And his 4th victim in a row and 5th total strikeout on the night is Devin Hairston, and he is followed by the center fielder, Major Leaguer Ben Revere. Hairston and Revere share in common that they're both from the city of Lexington, as Revere takes a first pitch strike downstairs, 0-1. Hochschild from straight away with the 0-1 delivery. Fastball sails high and inside. 1's all across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 away. Revere, 1st round pick by the Minnesota Twins in 2007. The 1-1. Swung on. This is hit high and deep to right field. Little, running on near the track, makes the catch for out number 2.
Stepping up to the plate, the first baseman, number 15, Ivan Jesus.
So that should help Hochschild's longevity here in this game. Hochschild's only given up 2 hits, hasn't walked anybody, and has struck out 5. 2 quick outs here in the top of the third bring up Ivan De Jesus Jr., the first baseman. Hochschild kicks back, kicks up, and fires. Fastball on the outside edge. No balls and a strike. De Jesus Jr. 1 for 1 this evening with a single back in the first. 0-1 pitch. There's a fastball down and in. Almost found the dirt there. 1 ball and 1 strike. De Jesus Jr., another player on this Legends roster with some major league experience. 1-1 offering. Swung on, grounded sharply down the third base line. Rolls into the Legends bullpen and left. Ivan De Jesus Jr. joins Brandon Phillips as a former Cincinnati Red on this roster. As I said earlier, a lot of folks showed up tonight in Cincinnati Reds gear. 1-2. There's a fastball, just missed the corner on the outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1-0 in favor of Las Leyendas here in the top of the third. Jesus the righty, straightaway stance. Couple of low and slow swings. 2-2. That one skips past the catcher in the dirt. A worm killer fills up the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. The trusty bat boy out to retrieve the ball. He's waved off by home plate umpire Chris Wood. Sun is peeping out ever so slightly beyond the left field wall. Payoff pitch. There's ball 4 on the inside. Tried to paint with that off speed. Couldn't exactly pinpoint it where he wanted. DeJesus takes first. That's the first walk on the night for Mike Hochschild, who otherwise has fared greatly with 5 strikeouts and only 2 hits. It's been backed up nicely by a keen and ready defense. Matt Whitaker, the left-handed hitting right fielder, is ready to go. Slightly hunched over in his stance. Takes the first pitch up and away for ball 1. Whitaker 1 for 1 this evening. Singled his first time up. That was back in the top of the first inning. Brandon Phillips on deck posing for pictures with some young fans near the Legends dugout down third as Whitaker takes a called strike 1. On the outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Man on first base, that's Ivan DeJesus Jr. 1-0 Las Leyendas here in the top of the third. Hochschild comes set. Now the stretch. Swung on, popped up, foul down the left field line. And the count moves to 1-2. Matt Whitaker adds to the potent minor league talent on this Lexington Legends roster. He was the 5th round pick by the Mets in 2017 and spent 3 seasons in A-ball. 1-2 misses downstairs. Tried on the outside corner with a changeup but couldn't find the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 gone. Whitaker taking some time to readjust himself outside the box on the left side. Hochschild comes set, the black glove at the waist. Wheels and deals. 2-2 is fouled to the screen behind home. As Whitaker takes off his helmet to wipe some sweat away with the white batting gloves. Takes a deep breath as he shrugs his shoulders, keeping himself loose as he steps back into the box now. Slight stagger in the stance. And he's in towards the dish. He's hunched over, reminiscent of the famous Stan the Man Musial. He was known for a hunched over stance. Two balls, 2 strikes to Whitaker, who's waiting patiently on a pitch from Hochschild, who's got it. Now deals. Swung on, grounded sharply, but foul down the first base line. Count remains at 2-2. Bonnie Melton says a shout out to Dalton Cornett from some of his fans in Leslie County. Go Legends. Thank you very much for tuning in. 2-2 delivery. There's an off speed. Misses the zone upstairs and fills up the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Whitaker. As Hochschild picks up the rosin bag behind the mound. Will help him with a little grip on the ball. Perhaps we'll see a breaking ball here. Or a 2-seam fastball. Or he might just fire in as tough as cheese with a fastball. 3-2. Swung on and chopped foul down first base. A skillfully battled at bat here by Matt Whitaker. Winokur's back in on the left side now. Rothschild gives Crisp the nod. The 3-2. Swung on in line to right field. It bounces into the glove of Little. DeJesus Jr. on his way to third. He's in there safely, and it's a single to keep things alive for the Legends with 2 gone here in the third. What a nice piece of hitting there by the right fielder Winokur. That long battle at bat paid off. DeJesus is 90 feet away from home plate. He got a jump early as he saw that 3-2 pitch come in. Could definitely tell it was right in Winokur's wheelhouse, and as such, he's rewarded with a shorter distance to home plate. Hit number 3 given up tonight by Hochschild, who now faces Brandon Phillips. First pitch. This one swung on, belted deep to right center field. Little going back, and he makes the catch at the track for out number 3. So the Legends strand a pair on the corners and fail to score. Leyendas leading 1-0. Bottom of the third coming your way. Former UK Wildcat Luke Becker will lead things off here in the bottom of the third inning. Las Leyendas looking to extend their 1-0 lead over the Legends. As the lefty Becker digs in. Silver with the first pitch. This one swung on, popped up the other way, and it's trailing foul into the triple play zone and left. We'll say hello to Mike Menchen, who's tuning in from Winchester, Kentucky. Thanks for your continued support of the Legends, Mike. Lights shining brighter here at Whitaker Bank Ballpark as the sun begins its slow descent. As the 0-1 pitch is a bit high, evens up the count at a ball and a strike. Tonight is Fireworks Saturday, so for all you listening in here at the ballpark, enjoy a fireworks show as this one is lifted into left field. Claycamp on the run, leaps and makes the catch near the wall. Look at Sam Claycamp. Trailing back, had a perfect read on that ball and picked it out of the air. It was in an apple orchard, one away. Tip of the cap there from Luke Becker as he's called out on a fly ball to left, and Cole Cottom, the designated hitter, makes his way into the box. Silber with the first pitch. This one is driven deep to left field, and Claycamp can't do a thing about that one. It's way out of here. Solo shot to left by Sam Claycamp. Touch them all, baby. Cole caught him, rather. Sam Claycamp went back on the fly ball. So my apologies there. That home run makes things 2-0 Las Leyendas as Luke Heyer steps up to the plate. First pitch taken for a ball outside, 1-0. Delivery. Fastball misses down and away. Quick 2 balls and no strikes to Heyer. Heyer at third base tonight for Las Leyendas as he looks into the barrel of his bat. He's rocking the blue socks with the pants tucked in. Classic look. 2-0s high and away, 3 balls and no strikes. And he's got those matching blue New Balance cleats. 1 gone, 2-0 here in the bottom of the third. And there's a 4-pitch walk to Luke Heyer. Walk number 2 this evening for Cass Silber in his Legends debut, and there will be a business meeting on the mound. We'd like to remind you of some promotions happening weekly at the ballpark. Wednesdays, 25-cent hot dog night, sponsored by the Kentucky Coal Association. On Thursdays, we've got our Thirsty Thursdays, presented by Lexington Brewing and Distilling Company. Thursdays are also Bark in the Park nights, presented by the good folks at Pepsi. Fridays are now Fry-Yays, thanks to the good people at Budweiser. $2 Bud Light Seltzer specials on Fridays. And here we are on Fireworks Saturday. First pitch to Sam Little is a called strike, low and in, 0-1. Sam Little 1 for 1 with a double, and he scored a run on a single by Mike Millian back in the second as there's a pickoff attempt to first. Heyer back in safely. Another pickoff attempt, and it's unsuccessful. Little waiting patiently for the 0-1 pitch. Silber comes set, glove at the neck. Now down to the chest. 0-1 delivery. Breaker misses outside, evens up the count rather at 1-1. Sam Little followed in the order by his twin brother Webb Little, who's at first base tonight for Las Leyendas. Silber deals. Swung on, lined hard down the left field line and into the stands. It's 1-2. Silber peeping back at first. He's got coverage by DeJesus. Here's the 1-2. One skips away from the catcher, but it's blocked in the dirt. And that'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. One gone, 2-0 in favor of Las Leyendas. They most recently scored on a home run by Cole Cottom earlier this inning. 2-2 offering. Fastball just misses on the low outside corner, and we are filled up at 3-2. Silber gives a yes to Cornett. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Got him on the fastball upstairs. 2 down. Sam Little bats the breeze, and strikeout number 4 is recorded for Cass Silber. As Sam Little makes his way back to the dugout, crosses paths with his twin brother Webb. Left-handed hitting first baseman. A swift pickoff move back to first, and Heyer's got to get in there safely. Webb, Little gives the plate a tap, and it's the bat above his left shoulder. Silber with the first pitch. There's a fastball. Runs high, 1 ball, no strikes. Danny McLean says, looks like there's plenty of space and empty seats to social distance. You are absolutely right, Danny, and thank you for tuning in. 1-0 pitch. It's a fastball missed up and in. 2-0. But there are plenty of seats to social distance. Fans are required to wear masks when they are not in their seats. They're playing by the rules here at Whitaker Bank Ballpark, and rightfully so, as the 3-0 pitch sails past Little upstairs for ball 3. Silber taking his time in between pitches, giving batters equal time to readjust. The 3-0, that's a get-me-over pitch, a fastball on the outside for strike 1. Two gone, 2-0 Las Leyendas in the bottom of the 3rd. Silber snuck a look over to first. Now he comes set and throws the 3-1. And it's a 5-pitch walk to Webb Little. Luke Heyer advances to second base. 2 walks here in the 3rd inning for Cass Silber, and Brandon Phillips goes over to the mound to wipe some dirt off his cleats. Possibly give some words of encouragement to Cass Silber, who's looking to get out of this inning with 2 on and 2 gone. Mike Millian gets himself ready as he steps into the right-handed batter's box. Big stagger in his stance, rocking the white cleats with the white-striped blue socks. He takes the first pitch low and away for ball 1. Mike Millian, first time up, singled in the 2nd. He's 1 for 1. It was an RBI single. Scored the first run of the game for Las Leyendas, the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Took a cut early at that one, and that evens up the count at 1 apiece. So Silber with a nice pitch there. If Mike Millian had swung just a touch later, he would have made great contact with that one hung high. The 1-1 offering. It's an off-speed, missed down and away. Runs the count to 2 balls and a strike. Lori Prater says, thank you for showing us live, watching from Mount Sterling, Kentucky. Lori, thank you very much for tuning in. Greetings and well wishes to you. 2 balls and a strike to Mike Millian. This one's popped up high in the air to shallow left center field. Hairston is back, but he's backed up by Revere, who comes in on the run and makes the catch to retire the side. Leyendas extend their lead to 2-0 on a solo shot to left field by the designated hitter Cole Cottom. Legends have an opportunity to battle back when the top of the 4th comes your way. Stay tuned. Top of the fourth inning coming your way. You're just joining us. Cole Cottom just smacked a solo shot to left field in the bottom of the third. And Drew Ellis, the third baseman, will lead things off here in the fourth. And he takes a first pitch strike, and Uncle Charlie on the outside. 0-1. Ellis at third base tonight for the Legends. 0 for 1 this evening. Flied out to the shortstop back in the first. And he swings and grounds this one hard to third base. Higher picks it up with a sidearm over to first. There's one away. So Ellis grounds into a 5-3 put out. And here's Nick Akins, the designated hitter. Straightaway upright stance, definitely the most upright stance on this Legends team. Time is called. Akins adjusts his batting helmet. Gives the plate a tap, spins the bat to his right hand. Rothschild deals a check swing on a called strike one. Bender to the outside. One gone, nobody on. You're in the top of the fourth. Las Leyendas lead the Legends 2-0. 0-1 is swung on, popped up over the roof behind home, and the count runs to 0-2. Akins looking at an 0-2 count. Hochschild deals. Swing and a miss on a breaker downstairs. 2 gone. Strikeout number 6 for Mike Hochschild in his Lexington Las Leyendas debut. On this day in baseball history, here's a good one. August 22nd, 2007, the Rangers become the first post-1900 big league team to score 30 runs in a game after beating the Orioles 30-3, setting a club single-game record. There's a soft ground ball to the shortstop, Ludi. It's bobbled on the run, and there's the first error of the game. It's Clay Camp. Runs well past the bag at first. Clay Camp's aboard on an E6. So the man on first, 2 away, Dalton Cornett, the catcher, will have his second plate appearance of the night. Struck out swinging his first time up. That ended the top half of the second. Hochschild from the stretch. The first offering is a called strike one on the outside corner. The kick and the pitch. Swung on, grounded hard to second base. Becker is there to scoop it up and toss over to first, and the side is retired. Legends strand a runner, and they still trail Las Leyendas 2-0. Bottom of the fourth coming your way with Colin Ludi, Bobby Crisp, and Duran Elmore. Legends and Las Leyendas back in just a few moments. Hey, Andrew Murphy with you on the Legends Broadcast Network as Las Leyendas lead the Legends 2-0. Las Leyendas back up to bat, and here's the shortstop, Colin Luty, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. First pitch is a beanball, hit him on the left shoulder, and he's awarded first base. Cass Silver still on the mound for the Legends. Through 3 innings of work, he's had 4 strikeouts. He's given up 5 hits and earned both two runs scored by Las Leyendas. And he faces the righty Bobby Crisp. Squares up for a bunt, pops it up, could be playable. And it's fouled back to the screen and rolls on down to the backstop. Dalton Cornett popped up quite speedily there and realized, I'm probably not going to be able to grab that one. Crisp, the righty, straightaway stance. Rocking some nice white cleats tonight. The 1-strike pitch. Swing and a miss on a fastball upstairs. 0-2. Crisp, if Cornett had been able to catch that foul ball behind him, would have been the second time in a row. Crisp is wide out to the catcher as he swings and misses at a high fastball for strike 3. Strikeout number 5 for Cass Silver. All 5 of Silver's strikeouts have been swinging this evening, so he's been doing a good job of getting batters to chase, especially upstairs and outside. Haven't seen a lot of the inside pitches work for him this evening. He faces the man at the top of the order for Las Leyendas, Duran Elmore, who fouls it away for strike 1. Elmore 1 for 2 this evening, had a single in the first, stole a base and was tagged out on a pickle between second and third. A 1-5 putout. Nothing in 1 to Elmore, the delivery. Breaker down and in. Cornett had to shimmy to his left to block that one. And it evens up the count at a ball and a strike.
Hello, Mr. Nerdy McNerd. Got on my stuff.
Silver with the 1-1. And that one hits Duran Elmore, and he'll advance to first base. Luty checks in at second. That's 2 hit batsmen here in the bottom of the 4th. One away, 2 runners on. Las Leyendas leading the Legends 2-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. Here's Luke Becker, the second baseman. He takes the first pitch downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Becker with a couple of low and slow swings toward his pitcher Silver, who throws the 1-0 low and in for ball 2. Becker, the UK alum, is 0 for 1. Walked his first time up in the first. Had a stolen base as well. And flied out to left in the third, the 2-0. This is popped up, foul down the third base line, and we should hear a bang on the rooftop. We did not. Must have flown just over the rooftop. Two balls and a strike now to Becker. Ruddy's up on the left side. Silver from the stretch with the 2-1. There's a fastball. Found the zone upstairs. 2-2. Silber checking on the runner at second. Now comes forward with the 2-2. It's smacked hard into right field. Revere can't make, Winokur can't make the catch at the wall. Luty's being waved home. 1 run will score. Elmore is safe in at third, and Becker is aboard at second with a double. The Las Leyendas put 1 more run on the board. The score is now 3-0. So Luke Becker with a great piece of hitting for a double. Scores another run, and that brings up the DH Cole Cottom. Righty readies up, straight away, slightly knees bent stance. Silber deals the first pitch, swing and a miss. Nice movement on that outside fastball. No balls and a strike to Cottom, who his last time up jacked a home run to left field. It's funny because Claycamp made a fantastic catch on the run, heading near the track. A ball hit by Luke Becker, and then Cottom just smoked this one well over the left field bleachers, and Sam Claycamp was waving his hands up like there's nothing I can do about it. So we'll see if he does something similar here. 0-1 is the count to the right-handed hitting designated hitter. 0-1. Swing and a miss. He was swinging for the fences there. And the count runs 0-2. One away, runners on second and third. 3-0 is our score. Leyendas leading the Legends. Silber's got one he likes from Cornet. Now he deals. Fastball misses a touch high, and the count runs to 1-2. Cottom waiting patiently for the 1-2. Silber cranks and fires. This is swung on, driven deep to center field. Revere headed back near the track. Watches that one bounce off the wall. 2 runners are waved home. So 2 more runs score, and Cottom is in there for a double. Wonderful piece of hitting. The ball bounced off the batter's eye in center field, and he drives in 2 more runs. The score is now 5-0 Las Leyendas. So some great extra base hitting happening here in the 4th. And there's a business meeting being conducted on the mound. And some guys who have warmed up in the Legends bullpen. Lexington Legends Baseball is brought to you in part by Whitaker Bank. Uniquely Kentucky. Whitaker Bank, of course, the namesake of the lovely stadium here in the Bluegrass. So it's a 5-0 game, Las Leyendas. They first struck in the 2nd inning. Sam Little got aboard on a double, and he was driven home on a single by Mike Millian. And they battled in the 3rd on a Cole Cottom home run. It was a solo shot to left field. And then Cole Cottom again here in the 4th. With 2 runners on, scored Duran Elmore and Luke Becker. That made the score 5-0. New pitcher on the mound for the Lexington Legends. We're going to take a quick break, get his info, and we'll be right back on the Legends Broadcast Network. Las Leyendas leading things 5-0. Cass Silber has exited the game. And in for the Legends is Carl Bryce, the 6'5", 250-pound right-hander. 26 years old. 2019. Played for the Vallejo Admirals in Vallejo, California. They play in the Pacific Association out west. First pitch to Luke Hires. Swung on and missed for strike one. Cole Cottom's at second base after a great piece of hitting to center field. And fellow former UK Wildcat Luke Hires at the plate, looking at an 0-1 count. Bryce deals a fastball down and away. One's all across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 away. Andrew Murphy on the mic for you here at Whitaker Bank Ballpark. If you're joining us on Prep Spin or the Legends Facebook page or the Legends Twitter, we thank you for tuning in as the 1-1 sails past Hire upstairs for ball 2. Hire walked his last time up. It was in the third, and he struck out swinging to end the bottom of the first as he takes a ball outside. 3 balls and a strike now. Hire was the 8th round pick by the Los Angeles Dodgers in 2018. He's got 2 years of minor league experience, played in both rookie ball and low A for the Great Lakes Loons of the Midwest League. 3-1 pitch is taken outside, a 5-pitch walk. Luke Hire to first.
Now batting fielder, number 31, Sam Little.
So here's one half of the Little Twins, Sam. Sam Little in right field tonight for Las Leyendas. Bryce with the first pitch. Breaker misses down and in for ball 1. Sam Little, the Fayetteville, New York native. Alongside his brother Webb, attended Christian Brothers Academy and went on to play for 4 years at Ithaca College. 1-0. Swing and a huge miss. An 89-mile-an-hour fastball to the inside. Even count, 1 apiece. Little doubled his first time up and scored the first run of the game for Las Leyendas. And he struck out swinging back in the third. 1-1, swung on late and fouled the other way down the third base line and into the Legends bullpen in left. Light starting to take fuller effect. Haven't seen the sun all day. Overcast skies. A couple hours before the game, the rain fell hard. And too quickly for a tarp crew to get out there and cover the infield. 1-2. Swung on, popped up, foul down the third base line again and into the stands. But the rain only fell for roughly 10 minutes. And the grounds crew swiftly patched up the wetter spots in the infield with some fresh dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one sails well past the catcher, and both runners advance to second and third. So Cole Cottom at third base, Luke Hire at second base now, on a wild pitch thrown by Carl Bryce. Five 0 our score in favor of Las Leyendas as the 2-2 pitch. It's a bloop shot to left field. Claycamp is right there, prepared to throw it into the infield, but 1 run will score. And that's Cole Cottom. Luke Hire holds up at second base. So Sam Little with a sac fly to left brings in Cole Cottom, and the score is now 6-0 Las Leyendas. 2 gone now here in the bottom of the 5th. And here's Webb Little, the other half of the Little Twins. Carl Bryce from the stretch. Fastball way outside, misses the zone. 1 ball, no strikes. Webb Little singled his first time up, advanced to second on a single by the on-deck man Mike Millian. Never came home, but walked in the 3rd. And here he is in the bottom of the 4th. 1-0. There's a worm killer, blocked by catcher Cornett. It's an integral move forward there by the catcher to prevent the runner, Luke Heyer, from advancing to 3rd. Six nothing Las Leyendas here in the bottom of the 4th as Webb Little digs back in on the left side. Bryce, glove at the waist. It's a big, deep breath, shrug of the shoulders, and the 2-0. One's lifted foul down the third base line and into the parking lot. Hope my Miata's okay. Two balls and a strike to Little. Bryce with a peek back to second, and the 2-1. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Even count now, 2 balls and 2 strikes to the left-handed hitting Ithaca College graduate, Webb Little. Bryce gives Cornett the nod. Now comes Seth. And the deal. Swinging a hard hit ground ball, bounced off the protective netting, covering the Legends dugout down the third base line. If that netting were there, that definitely would have bruised somebody. Even 2-2 count to Webb Little. Bryce cranks and fires forward. Swing and a miss. And that'll do it for Las Leyendas, who put a big 4-run spot on the board here in this bottom half of the 4th. Top of the 5th, coming your way, Devin Hairston, Ben Revere, and Ivan DeJesus Jr. showing out for the Legends. 6-0 Las Leyendas. Back in a moment. Las Leyendas lead the Lexington Legends 6-0 as we roll into the top half of the 5th inning. Lexington native Devin Hairston, the shortstop, leads it off for the Legends. And as he tightens his black batting gloves, just the brim of his blue helmet, he'll step into the box on the right side. Housechild still on the mound, and he deals the first pitch. And off speed, nicks the outside edge. 0-1 to Hairston. Las Leyendas put a big 4-run spot on the board in the bottom of the fourth. There's a bloop shot. Gets down in the infield. It's caught on the bounce by the second baseman Becker and thrown to first in time. 1 away. Great defensive play there by Luke Becker. Didn't charge in on the ball. Knew it was going to land in time for him to glove it. He was perfectly placed. And a just as perfectly placed throw to first records out number 1. And we go back to the top of the lineup for the Legends and the major leaguer Ben Revere. "6-0 Las Leyendas," and here's the first pitch to Revere. It's a breaking ball, missed low and inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Revere readies up, straight away, in towards the dish on the left side. The 1-0. Fastball misses outside this time. 2 balls and no strikes to Revere, who's 0 for 2 this evening. Grounded into a 4-3 back in the first and flied out to right in the third. 2-0. It's a fastball, missed the lower third of the zone. 3 balls in a row now to Ben Revere. The 3-0. There's strike 1. A breaking ball downstairs. Get me over pitch there for Housechild. Housechild has fared beautifully in his Lexington debut. He's struck out 6, only given up 3 hits. We've got goose eggs through 4 for the Legends. Revere with a fierce twirl of the bat now above his shoulder. The 3-1 is popped up high in the air down the third base line, and it's foul over the rooftop. Lights are on and doing their job here at Whitaker Bank Ballpark as the sun slowly says goodbye. The 3-2 skips past the catcher over his head. Bounced out of his glove there. Nevertheless, Revere is aboard with a walk. That's the second walk this evening dealt by Mike Housechild. With a man on and a man away, he now faces Ivan De Jesus Jr. The Baby Shark walk-up song. He's going to change that anytime soon? Probably not. First pitch to De Jesus. He does a little dance as that one sails past him on the outside. A curveball. 0-1. De Jesus Jr., the son of major leaguer Ivan De Jesus Jr. also spent some time in the majors, but he also spent some time here in Lexington as a bat boy. CO1 is swung on and missed. When his father, Ivan Sr., was manager for the Lexington Legends. That was back in the early 2000s when the Legends were still affiliated with the Houston Astros. Quick 0-2 count to De Jesus Jr. Housechild from the stretch. There's a called strike 3. Nice breaker to the outside corner, and Ivan De Jesus Jr. is sat down looking. So Revere remains on first after being walked, but De Jesus Jr. was struck out looking just now by Mike Housechild. They're 2 away here in the top of the 5th. Las Leyendas lead the Legends 6-0. And here's the left-handed hitting right fielder Matt Winokur. Housechild with the first pitch. Check swing on a called strike 1. He's making great use of that breaking ball low, both inside and outside. And he used it there for strike 1. Winokur has a calm and careful routine in the batter's box as he softly smacks this one up the middle. A grounder is scooped up by Ludi, and he steps on the second base bag, and the inning is over. So, no runs scored for the fifth consecutive inning by the Legends. They trail Las Leyendas 6-0. Bottom of the fifth coming your way when baseball returns. Back inside Whitaker Bank Ballpark, Andrew Murphy on the mic with you this evening as Las Leyendas return to bat. They lead the Lexington Legends 6-0. Carl Bryce returning for his second inning of work, and he throws a called strike one to Mike Millian, the left fielder. Bryce replaces Cass Silber, who left this game with 3 1/3 innings of work under his belt, gave up 7 hits. The 0-1 is way inside and beans Millian on the shoulder, and he's awarded first base. Colin Ludi led off the bottom of the fourth, being hit by a pitch by Cass Silber, who's just getting to say. He had 3 1/3 innings of work under his belt this evening, gave up 7 hits, 6 runs, all of which were earned. Of course, one of those scored after Bryce had come into the game, but it's still credited towards Silber. Silber struck out 4 batters and walked 2 as the first pitch to Colin Ludi is a called ball 1, way inside. Mike Millian was hit by a pitch. He's on first base, nobody out. Ludi at the plate, the right-handed hitter facing the righty Carl Bruce, and the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Got him with a fastball downstairs, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Last inning, Las Leyendas put a 4 spot on the board. A big box for them as they continue to power forward with the offensive upper hand as the 1-1 finds the dirt but is blocked by Cornett as he shimmied to his right there. 2 balls and a strike. Now to Colin Ludi, the Milwaukee native. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, home to the Brewers, as well as the Milwaukee Milkmen of the American Association. Time is called with a 2-1 count. Ludi readjusts himself outside of the batter's box. Bryce stepped off the mound briefly, but is back on the rubber, and as he gets a sign that he likes from Cornett, comes set with the glove at the waist, and the 2-1 offering is a breaking ball. Painted the back door with that one to even up the count, 2-2. I was saying the Milwaukee Milkmen who play in the American Association, and there's some sweet team names in that league for sure. Got the Milwaukee Milkmen, the Kansas City T-Bones, 2-2. There's a breaker, missed down and away, fills up the count at 3-2. American Association also has the Chicago Dogs, and it's not a dog in the sense of the animal, but rather a hot dog. Probably a play on the famous Portillo's Chicago-style hot dog. Texas Air Hogs, also another fun name coming from the American Association. Count is filled up, 3-2 to Colin Ludy, the delivery. Swung on and lined hard to right center field. Revere going after it. Million's on his way to third after rounding the second base bag. He's in there safely. Colin Ludy's aboard with a single. Million got the Jets turning before the ball crossed the plate, and he's rewarded with 2 bases on a single by Colin Ludy. And if we're still talking about funny names in independent league baseball, I mean, my goodness, the list is a mile long in affiliated minor league baseball. First name I can think of is the Richmond Flying Squirrels. That's a classic. Got the Hartford Yard Goats, who I believe are in the same league as the Flying Squirrels. As the first pitch to the catcher, Bobby Crisp, misses down and away for ball 1. A new minor league team name that I just adore. They would have debuted this 2020 season as the 1-0 pitch misses downstairs again in that same spot for ball 2. New minor league team this year would have been the Rocket City Trash Pandas. And their mascot is a raccoon wearing a metal trash can, swinging a miss at an outside fastball. Six 0 our score. Leyendas lead the Legends here in the bottom of the 5th, the 2-1. Outside fastball runs the count now to 3-1. Three-1 to Crisp is lined in between short and third. A run's going to score here. The ball rolls into left field. Playcamp picks it up as Ludy takes second base. Bobby Crisp has himself a ribeye. Score is now 7-0 in favor of Las Leyendas.
For the Leyendas, number 3, Elmore.
Here's Duran Elmore, the left fielder, at the top of the order for Las Leyendas this evening. And the first one to him is a breaking ball that misses the low outside corner. Carl Bruce has had some trouble with that breaking ball low and outside. I think hitters have figured him out with that pitch. 1-0. There's a fastball on the low outside corner. So some better control with the fastball there. That's to be expected, of course. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. Nobody out, 2 men on in the pitch. Swinging a foul tip back to the netting. The count moves to a ball and 2 strikes. Bobby Crisp on first, Colin Ludy on second. Mike Million just scored on that RBI single from Crisp. Duran Elmore at the plate. Singled and stole a base in the first, flied out in the second. It was hit by a pitch and scored in the fourth. Carl Bryce with the 1-2. That is chopped sharply down the left field line. It's into the hands of one of the Legends pitchers who will give it to a fan. Yes, maybe. Is that Robbie Rowland over there? Yeah, he gives it to the kid. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Duran Elmore. Bryce deals. 90-mile-an-hour fastball high. Haven't seen him hit 90 yet. He's been more in the 88, 89 range consistently with that fastball this evening. As the 2-2 is a called strike 3, and Duran Elmore does not like that call. He'll head back to the Legends Las Leyendas dugout, disappointed. And that's the first out and second, no, that's right. The second strikeout on the evening for Carl Bryce. Here's Luke Becker at second base for Las Leyendas. First offering, that's toward his head, a fastball up and in. That one was at 90 miles an hour. So Bryce picking up a little velocity here in the bottom of the 5th. 1-0. The fastball low and inside, misses again, 2-0. As I mentioned earlier, on this day in history, let's see what year it was, 2007, I believe, as this one skips past the catcher, both runners will advance into scoring position at second and third. So a pass ball there. Advances both runners with one away. 3-0 count to Luke Becker, the second baseman. Hitting from the left side. The deal. There's a 4-pitch walk. That loads up the bases. It's a scary situation, especially with the designated hitter, Cole Cotto. Strutting up to the batter's box. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him swing for the fences. He blasted a ball over the left field bleachers back in the 3rd. Hit a nice double to center field. It bounced off the batter's eye. Got to second there, drove in 2 runs. He is by and large the biggest contributor to the 7-0 lead that the Leyendas have right now. There's a business meeting on the mound. If you're with us in the ballpark tonight, it is Saturday, which means there will be a fireworks show after the ball game ends. Gotta love some fireworks on a Saturday night, especially as comfortable of a night as it is, 70 degrees, as the clock nears 9 o'clock. One of the best post-game fireworks shows I've ever seen was at Citi Field in Queens, New York. They had a rock and roll themed fireworks show after the Mets beat the Rockies. And as an avid classic rock fan myself, I really enjoyed it. They were able to sync up the music to the movement and colors of the fireworks, and they had some great mix-ups of classic rock songs from back in the day, even rock songs with songs that didn't fall into the rock genre. Especially one I remember was a mashup between Staying Alive by the Bee Gees and Back in Black by AC/DC. It was a pretty cool track. You probably look it up on YouTube. So we've got a new pitcher in for the Lexington Legends. We'll get his info to you shortly. Carl Bryce exits this game having struck, let's see, what has he got here? He's got, so a full inning of work, counting the 2 outs he made in the 4th and the 1 in the 5th. He's given up 3 hits. He's earned 1 run. He didn't walk anybody, and he struck out 2 batters. So 1 inning, 3 hits, 1 run that was earned, no walks, and 2 strikeouts for Carl Bruce. And he's replaced by a righty on the mound. That's Austin Dubsky. Austin Dubsky pitching for the Legends now, and he faces the power-hitting Cole Cottom. So bases loaded, 1 out as Austin Dubsky comes set. It's an 89-mile-an-hour fastball outside to get things started to Cole Cottom. Cottom had a big home run back in the 3rd, as I mentioned earlier. And a 2 RBI double back in the 4th as the 1-0 misses low and outside. Another fastball. Austin Dubsky, 6'4", 200 pounds. Kind of the same. He's working with kind of the same plane as the 6'5", 250-pound Bryce, who just exited the game. Now the 2-0 offering. There's another fastball low and away, skips past the catcher, but the runners at second and the runners on all bags will stay put. The ball didn't roll all the way back to the backstop. Cornette was able to get back there in time and hold the runners. Which if that pitch had skipped by him any faster, I think we'd be seeing a completely different and more tumultuous situation for Las Leyendas, for the Legends, rather, who are trailing Las Leyendas 7-0. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Dubsky delivers the 3-0. It's a fastball on the outside, just nicks the edge. It's a pitch he needed there. Runs the count to 3-1. Dubsky, the native of Omaha, Nebraska. His grandfather, Darrell Dubsky, and his father, Darren Dubsky, are members of the Nebraska Fast Pitch Softball Hall of Fame. The 3-1 is lifted high and deep to right field, and it's a fair ball. A home run, even. Lost that one in the lights, but it's a grand slam for the designated hitter, Cole Cottom. And Las Leyendas are up now 11-0. Just a devastating blow to the Lexington Legends. And Austin Dubsky, who will be credited with only one of those runs, as all of those runners were placed on the bags by Bruce. First pitch to Luke Heyer. This is outside for a ball, 1-0. So a 2-home run night for Cole Cottom. One solo shot in the 3rd and a grand slam as there's a broken bat and a ground ball to the left side. Shortstop Hairston picks it up and throws it over to first for an easy out number 2. What made that out easier is that Heyer sort of stood at the plate and watched his bat split in 2. And all the better for Hairston to work with an easy ground ball and get it over to first for a textbook 6-3 putout. It's been a tough couple of innings so far for the Legends, as a total of 9 runs have been scored. 4 in the 4th and 5 in the 5th. How about that? Hopefully Austin Dubsky can keep things that way as Sam Little steps out of the batter's box but makes his way back in. Dubsky's got one he likes, working from the stretch with nobody on. 2 out, 11-0 Leyendas. The first pitch fastball misses down and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Terry Sasser asks who started for the Legends. That's Cass Silber. He had 3 1/3 innings of work under his belt with 7 hits, 6 runs, all of which were earned. 2 walks and 4 strikeouts. Terry, thank you very much for tuning in. Dubsky's got one he likes from Cornett. And the 1-0 offering. There's a fastball, nicks the inside edge, evens up the count at 1 apiece. Sam Little, the Fayetteville, New York native in right field tonight for Las Leyendas, doubled his first time up, struck out in the 3rd, and hit a sac fly to left in the 4th as the 2-1, or the 1-1 rather, flies over the head of the catcher and runs the count 2 balls and a strike. Dubsky comes set, glove at the waist, cranks and fires. Swing and a miss. Nice cut there by Little on an inside off-speed pitch. 2's all across the board now. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 2 gone. The pitch. Swung on, foul, back to the netting. The young fan to the left of me who got a little spooked there by the foul ball back to the netting. I got a little spooked there myself. Sometimes that'll throw you off. Two. Swung on, popped up, left side, and foul. Bounces off a seat and over the wall. Probably into the glove of one of those youngsters out there in the triple play zone who've been seeking out any fly ball or foul ball they can get. Man, to be that young again. 2-2. Breaker misses a touch on the outside edge, and the count fills up at 3-2. Payoff. Off speed inside, almost hit the man, and he advances to first. So a scary first couple of matchups here for Austin Dubsky, the Nebraska native. Came into the game to replace Carl Bryce. First faced Cole Cotton, the DH, who hit a grand slam off of him to right field. The first pitch to Webb Little is fouled back behind home and over the roof. Dubsky then faced the third baseman Heyer. He's able to pitch into a broken bat, easy 6-3. Heyer hesitated on the break of the bat and gave Hairston the advantage on that easy ground ball. Swing and a miss on the 0-1, and count runs to 0-2. 90-mile-an-hour fastball from Dubsky there. Dubsky just walked the right fielder Sam Little, and his twin brother Webb is at the plate looking at a quick 0-2 count. 11-0 our score in favor of Las Leyendas. Dubsky comes set with a pitch. He kicks up and fires forward. There's Breaker on the inside. Made Little dance for it. And the count moves to 1-2. Webb Little taking his time, now steps back into the box on the left side. Austin Dubsky looking to close things out here in the bottom of the 5th. The 1-2. Swung on, popped up, foul, just over the awning behind home plate. We'll do the 1-2 dance yet again. Webb Little, the first baseman at the plate, is 1 for 2 this evening. Singled his first time up in the 2nd. Walked in the 3rd and struck out swinging in the 4th. 1-2 pitch. Breaker missed low and in. That found the dirt. Cornett shimmied to his right to block it, and count evens up at 2 apiece. Great crowd on hand tonight for a Saturday. Always fun to bring the family out for a Saturday night at the ballpark. And if you're at the ballpark with us this evening, be sure to stick around for a fireworks show after the game. The 2-2. There's a high fastball, fills up the count at 3-2. Webb Little at the plate. It's funny, when I first started my research on the Little twins, each one's little box in my game notes here. For instance, Sam said twin brother of Webb Little, and Webb said twin brother of Sam Little. As the 3-2 pitch misses down and away for a walk to Webb Little. So we've been through the entire Las Leyendas lineup here in the 5th inning as they put a 5 spot on the board, making the score 11-0 over the Legends. Here's Mike Millian, who led things off here in the 5th, what seemed like an hour ago. But hey, sometimes that's just how the game plays out, man. Righty-righty matchup. Dubsky ready with the first pitch. It's a fastball, called strike one on the outside. So the Little twins on the bases. Webb at first, Sam at second. Both got on by being walked, the 0-1. Check swing on an outside fastball. It's a called strike two. Mike Millian taking some time to readjust his batting gloves and his blue helmet. There's the plate a tap and the bat a twirl, and he's ready to go with an 0-2 count. 2 gone, 11-0 Las Leyendas. Dubsky taking his time, discusses things with Cornett, and he's got one he likes. Love at the waist, the kick, and the fire. There's a high fly ball right to left field, and Clay Camp comes underneath. The rawhide meets him in the side, is retired. Las Leyendas put an even bigger 5 spot on the board to extend their lead over the Legends to 11-0. Legends got a lot of work to do if they want to try for a comeback here. Top of the 6th inning coming your way when baseball returns on Prep Spin and the Legends Broadcast Network. Back inside Whitaker Bank Ballpark as Las Leyendas just put a big 5-run spot on the board, extending their lead over the Legends 11-0 as the first pitch from the new Leyendas pitcher, Walter Talcott, skips past the catcher in the dirt, 1-0. Talcott, 5'10", 185 for his height and weight. He's a righty out of Lafayette, Indiana. Working from straight away, and his first matchup is Brandon Phillips, the second baseman this evening. 1-0 is upstairs as Brandon Phillips looks back at some fans in disapproval. Brandon Phillips is an interesting player in that he seems to not shy away from interacting with fans even on the field. And he just has an absolute blast playing this game. 2-0 is low, but finds the lower third of the zone for strike one. And I was looking at a lot of tweets last night after Brandon Phillips' home run went more or less viral, at least locally. And Brandon Phillips does a really good job of, like I said, interacting with fans, whether that's on the field. He was shouting people out on social media left and right as the 2-1 misses down and away. Such a big personality, and he's using that big personality to make the fans feel as welcome and as involved in the game as possible. And that's a beautiful thing. 3-1 is hit hard and deep to left field. Not going to have the distance on it as Millian sets up shop. Rawhide meets him at 1 away. Man, that was well struck. If it were hit maybe 50 feet farther, it would have been out of here. So a fly out to left by Brandon Phillips brings up the third baseman, Drew Ellis. Ellis, the righty, 0 for 2, flied out to short in the first and grounded into a 5-3 in the fourth. And the first pitch to him is an off-speed, misses inside, 1-0. Walter Talcott, the new pitcher on the mound, has thrown 11 1/3 innings so far this season, given up 10 hits, 7 runs, 5 of which were earned. Walked 5 batters, struck out 10, and has posted an ERA of 3.97, and he deals the 1-0. It swung on and fouled back to the screen behind home. One's all across the board now, 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 away. Ellis, the batter. Nobody on. 11-0 in favor of Las Leyendas here in the top of the 6th. Talcott working from straight away, kicks back, kicks up, and deals. There's an off-speed, missed downstairs for a ball, 2-1. Ellis taps the dish, gives the bat a twirl, and readies up in an almost upright straightaway stance in towards the plate. The 2-1. This is popped up foul on the first baseline, well over the rooftop. Ellis, a Louisville, Kentucky native, attended the University of Louisville, and he was the second-round pick by the Arizona Diamondbacks in the 2017 MLB Draft. And he last played for the Jackson Generals. It's Double-A in the Southern League. 2-2 on the way. This is popped up high, straightaway center field. Elmore comes underneath and makes the catch. 2 gone. Two consecutive flyouts, 2 quick outs. An easy beginning to things for Walter Talcott. Here's the DH, Nick Akins. Akins is wearing the collar so far this evening. 2 swinging strikeouts, 1 in the second and another in the fourth rather. First pitch, a late swing and a miss on a high fastball. 0-1. Akins last night went 1 for 4 with a single and 2 strikeouts. One of the older members of the Lexington Legends, but as he swings on this one and fouls it the other way, Strike two. 32 years old, from Los Angeles, California, was the 19th round pick by the Los Angeles Dodgers in 2009. He played in the minor leagues 3 years, with experience ranging from rookie ball to high A. 0-2, Talcott kicks and fires. This is belted deep to left center field. Elmore coming in on it. Millian waves him off and makes the grab. 3 straight flyouts in a row retire the Legends here in the top of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th coming your way. Las Leyendas looking to add to their 11-0 lead. Baseball back in a moment on the Legends Broadcast Network. Colin Ludy will lead things off here for Las Leyendas as we head into the bottom of the 6th inning. Leyendas with a towering 11-0 lead over the Legends. Austin Dubsky retains his spot on the mound after being called in last inning, replacing Carl Bryce. First pitch to Ludy is a fastball that misses outside, 1-0. Dubsky had a tough situation to deal with as he first came on the mound to face Cole Cottom, the designated hitter, who hit a grand slam off Dubsky into right field. The 1-0. Off speed this time, outside and away. Out low and away. Count moves to 2-0. Dubsky, the righty, delivers the 3-0. It's a hard hit line drive past the reaching glove of Ellis. It rolls into left field, and there's a single to lead things off for Ludy in the bottom of the 6th. That's Ludy's second hit on the night. He's also scored 2 runs, and he struck out earlier in the second. Here's Bobby Crisp at the bottom of the lineup for Las Leyendas. He's handling the catching duties this evening. 11-0 our score, nobody out and a man on. First pitch off speed is hung high by Austin Dubsky, and Cornett comes out from behind the plate to exchange a few words with him. So the optimist in me wants to keep saying, in baseball, anything can happen, so the Legends have a shot at coming back. But the realist in me is like, A 4-run spot in the fourth, a 5-run spot in the fifth. I don't know. The Legends offense hasn't really been able to string anything together, anything significant together this evening. But again, anything can happen. We'll see what goes on as a 90-mile-an-hour fastball sails past Bobby Crisp outside for ball 2. I hope the Legends prove that realist voice inside my head wrong. As the 2-0 misses upstairs and in. 3 balls, no strikes. Bobby Crisp singled and scored on that Cole Cottom home run his last time up in the 5th. Here he is now in the 6th with a 3-0 count and a fastball. Nicks the outside corner for strike 1. Dubsky with a nice get-me-over pitch there. (3-1). Swung on, lined hard up the middle, over to second for 1. Phillips barehands it and gets over to first for out number 2. A bases clearing double play. The old 6-4-3, one of the oldest tricks in the book, clears the bases. Reports 2 quick outs, should be of some help to Austin Dubsky, who's had a rough go of things since coming onto the mound for the Legends in the 5th inning. Back at the top of the order for Las Leyendas is the left fielder Duran Elmore. 11-0 in favor of Las Leyendas. Nobody on, 2 gone. Dubsky with the first pitch. Nice breaking ball, low and outside. Runs things 0-1. Elmore struck out looking his last time up in the 5th. He was hit by a pitch and scored in the 4th. Flied out to center in the 2nd and singled and stole a base in the 1st. 0-1. Breaker low and outside. Tried to double up. He lost control as he was trying for the outside corner again. Ball and a strike to Elmore. Dubsky comes set, glove at the waist. Kicks and fires. It's a fastball, a touch too high for ball 2. Righty Elmore waiting patiently for the 2-1, and here it is. There's a fastball. Outside edge, found the zone that time. 2's all across the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A little take here for Dubsky to close this out as a deep breath, maybe a shrug of the shoulders. Some good discipline. 2-2, here it is. Fastball 90 miles an hour, brought the heat but not the location. A full count, 3-2. Las Leyendas up 11-0 as we're rolling along here in this game. Payoff. That breaking ball. Tried his out pitch there with the slider to the outside, but missed. And it's a 6-pitch walk to Duran Elmore. So with Elmore aboard at first, here's the second baseman, Luke Becker. Becker has crossed the plate twice this evening. He had a double back in the 4th. He swings and fouls this one back behind home for strike 1. He's walked and scored in the 5th as well. Flied out to left in the 3rd. He's walked and stole a base in the 1st. Was able to steal a base as Duran Elmore was caught up in a pickle between 2nd and 3rd. 0-1 to the lefty Becker. Calm and composed in a knees-bent, staggered stance. Dubsky comes set. Now the delivery. Breaker misses inside. Tried to paint the back door there. 1-1 to the former UK Wildcat Luke Becker. One. Fastball, this is outside. And the count runs 2-1. Dubsky kicks up and delivers. There's a fastball, outside edge. Good pitch there. Two's all across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 gone. And on first, Duran Elmore. Here's a 2-2 offering from Dubsky. This is popped up behind home plate. This will land in the stands. It's not playable. It lands just in front of us here in the press box. And a youngster's got a souvenir. His proud papa walks up a few rows and grabs a souvenir for him. Do the 2-2 tango all over again as lefty Luke Becker waits patiently for the pitch. And here it is. Swung on, a bloop shot to right center field. Revere coming after it, and he's got it. Great catch on the run made by the swift Revere, and that ends the inning. Bottom half of the 6th coming up. Leyendas still lead the Legends 11-0. Clay Camp, Cornet, and Hairston. 1 baseball returns on Prep Spin and the Legends Broadcast Network. Sam Claycamp leads things off for the Legends here in the top of the 7th. They've had a rough game as they're trailing Las Leyendas 11-0. First pitch to Claycamp is called strike 1 from Talcott. Claycamp, his last time up, reached base on an error by the shortstop Ludi, and he struck out looking back in the 2nd. Talcott, the righty, delivers the 0-1. Off speed just misses downstairs for a ball. Even count 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, the deal. Fastball. Missed down and away, 2-1. Clay Camp, the right-handed hitter, gives the dish a tap and the bat a twirl. Waving it gracefully above his right shoulder, Talcott reaches up with his arms, puts the glove at the waist, comes set and deals. 2-1, breaking ball, lost control there, missed well down and away. 3 balls and a strike. Talcott kicks back, kicks up, and fires. There's ball 4. It's a 5-pitch walk. Sam Claycamp to lead things off in the 7th. First walk of the night for Talcott, who relieved Mike Hochschild after 5 innings of play. Back in the 6th, it was 3 fly balls in a row. So an easy first 3 matchups there for Talcott, and he now faces Dalton Cornett, the former UK catcher, who swings at the first pitch, drives this one deep out to left. Million on the run. He loses it near the track. It bounces off the wall. Claycamp on his way to third. The throw just reaches the bag after Claycamp had got in there standing up. Meanwhile, Cornett advanced all the way to second. It's a double. So Dalton Cornett with his first hit of the night. Sam Claycamp at second base. Yeah, the team trainer Mike Smith out to make sure everything's okay. I think Millian might have stumbled into the wall there, but he seems to be fine. I could be wrong on that one, though. $11-0 our score here in the top of the 7th. Nobody out, 2 men in scoring position for the Legends. This is the offensive opportunity I was talking about earlier that they've so desperately needed to string together to have any shot of competing with Las Leyendas, who are just offensively on fire. And the first pitch to Devin Hairston, Lexington native, runs outside for a ball, 1-0. Just confirmed the trainer was out to check on Mike Millian as this one is grounded softly to third base. And there's a lunge by the first baseman, Little, but the throw's not in time. I believe his foot was off the bag with that split. Tough play to make for any first baseman. So a run scores for the Legends. That's their first of the night. The score is 11-1. That'll be ruled a hit. So Hairston drives in the first run of the night for the Legends. That's his 9th RBI on the season. Cornett remains at second base, Hairston at first, and here's the center fielder, Ben Revere. First pitch to him is a called strike on the inside, 0-1. Ben Revere, 5'11", 215 pounds. Lefty from Lexington, Kentucky. Of course, spent lots of time in the major leagues. The 0-1 to him. It's a check swing, and it's fouled away down the third base line. Quickly runs the count 2-0. Revere sets back up on the left side. 0-2 is the count. Talcott deals. There's a called strike 3, and Revere hangs his head in disappointment as he's called out on a looking strike 3. First strikeout on the night An albeit short appearance so far for Talcott. One away, runners on first and second, and here's the first pitch. It is lined hard into the seats down the first baseline. Everybody appears to be okay. That's Ivan DeJesus Jr., who smacked that one foul. That'll keep some folks on their feet as the game trudges along. Talcott comes set, working from the stretch now. Righty-righty matchup. Here's the pitch. Check swing on one outside. Didn't go around. One's all across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 away. DeJesus singled and got to second his first time up in the first. It's confusing. He got a single and was driven into second on a single by Matt Winokur, who's on deck. That was in the first. 1-1. Breaker missed down and away. Crisp had to move to his left. They blocked that from rolling to the backstop, so the runners couldn't advance. DeJesus Jr. walked in the third and got all the way around to third base. And he struck out looking his last time up in the fifth. Two balls and a strike, the count to the righty. That one just nicks the outside edge, an 85-mile-an-hour fastball. Runs the count even at 2-2. Talcott comes set. Now the pitch. There's a called strike 3. Great location on the outside edge with the fastball and 2 strikeouts in a row for Walter Talcott. It's 2 gone, both on looking strikeouts here in the top of the 7th. It is 11-1 in favor of Las Leyendas. And here's Matt Winokur. Winokur playing in right field this evening for the Legends. That's from the left side, and a slightly hunched over, knees bent stance. Takes an off-speed pitch up and in for a ball, 1-0. Greetings to the Sparaga family. Listening in from the Washington, D.C. area. Thanks so much for tuning in. Swing and a miss. Swinging for the fences there on an inside fastball to even up the count, a ball and a strike. Winokur's got a pair of singles, one in the first, one in the third. And he grounded into an unassisted fielder's choice by the shortstop Colin Luty to end things in the fifth. Ready's up now on the left side. Talcott discussing things with Crisp. He comes set for the 1-1 delivery. Here it is. This is swung on and lifted deep to left field. Trailing foul, and it'll land in the triple play zone. It's a popular spot for foul balls this evening. Winokur taking his time out of the box as Talcott continues to control the pace of this game. Carefully selecting his 1-2 pitch and discussion with Crisp. Comes set, glove at the waist, and the deal. This one's popped up behind home plate. Crisp throws off the mask and watches it drops just in front of us here in the press box. And we'll do the 1-2 tango all over again. Ball at 2 strikes now, the count to Winokur. Talcott taking his time, selecting a pitch, rightfully so. 2 runners on, 11-1. The pitch. Check swing on one well inside. Chris Wood says he didn't go around. Jason Tice, rather, says he didn't go around. Two's all across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 gone. The pitch. There's a slow chopper to the right side, grabbed by first baseman Little, and a toss over to the covering Talcott to retire the side. Legends finally put a run on the board, but they strand 2, and we head into the bottom half of the 7th inning. Leyendas with a towering 11-1 lead over the Legends. Baseball back in a moment on the Legends Broadcast Network. Las Leyendas back up to bat here in the bottom half of the 7th inning, and they have a towering 11-1 lead over the Legends. Quite a few substitutions for the Legends. Peter Bocchino takes over at first base for Ivan DeJesus Jr. Brandon Phillips is replaced by Austin Newman at second, and the new pitcher on the mound for the Legends is Brian Fuller, who delivers a first pitch breaking ball that misses outside, 1-0. Pinch hitting for the designated hitter Cole Cottom is Las Leyendas infielder Jorge Pascual. The 1-0. There's a swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. Had him fooled there. It's 1-1. 1-1 to Pasquale. There's another off speed, 70 miles an hour. The count moves to 1-2. Fuller's got a sidearm delivery. As he throws this next one in there, it's skied to shallow center field. The shortstop, Hairston, backs up and is there to make the catch. One away. So an easy out, number 1 for the new man, Brian Fuller, and he faces Luke Heyer, the third baseman. First pitch. There's a fastball on the outside edge. 1 ball, no strikes. Fuller, the righty, 5'11", 175 pounds, 33 years old. Calls Russellville, Kentucky home. Faces the right-handed hitting Luke Heyer, UK alum. Grounded into a 6-3, put out his last time up in the 5th. Has walked twice and struck out once. 1-0 misses again outside. Another fastball. Runs a count 2-0. 11-1 our score here in the bottom of the 7th. 2-0. Swung on late and missed. Great fastball outside. That's where he wanted to fool him. 2-1. Should say that's how he wanted to fool him. 2-0. There's an inside off-speed pitch. A called strike 1 on the back, or strike 2 on the back door. That evens up the count at 2 apiece. Infield shifted slightly. Left side of the infield is shifted slightly to the left for this right-handed hitting batter as he lifts this one high in the air to shallow right center field, and Winokur comes in on it as Newman and Revere were there to help him out, but he made the catch cleanly for out number 2. 2 flyouts in a row. Easy beginning here for Brian Fuller. Who now faces the left-handed hitting right fielder, Sam Little. Little singled his last time up. Now the pitch. There's a fastball right down the pipe. Recalled strike 1. Little sacrificed fly to left field back in the 4th. Struck out in the 3rd. Doubled and scored in the 2nd, and he loops this one to the right side, but foul. Quickly into an 0-2 count. Count to the lefty Little. The pitch. Swung on, grounded weakly to Austin Newman, who snags it and sidearms it to first for out number 3. Leyendas go down 1-2-3, it seems like for the first time this game, and the inning is over. Top of the 8th when we return. Legends showing Austin Newman in place for Brandon Phillips. Drew Ellis and Nick Akins. Baseball back in a moment. 11-1, Leyendas. Austin Newman takes the batter's box for the first time this evening as he replaces Brandon Phillips at second base. Las Leyendas leading 11-1 over the Legends. A fastball outside from Talcott runs the count 1-0. Brandon Phillips retires from this game. And they've gone 0 for 3 with a strikeout and 2 flyouts. 1-0 swung on, foul tip to the net. 1-1. Ronnie Engelman has replaced Webb Little at first base, and Matt Cox has replaced Mike Millian in left field. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball sails outside for ball 2. Talcott working from straight away, kicks back, and he deals. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. That'll even up the count at 2. Debbie and Nick Newman say, let's go number 24, Newman. Thank you, Newman family, for tuning in. 2-2. It's inside. That's chopped just foul down the third base line. Newman thought he had a piece of it there, but instead he'll go back to the plate with a 2-2 count. Two is a called strike 3 downstairs, and that's the first out. Austin Newman comes into this game, sat down on strikes for his first plate appearance. That's strikeout number 2 on the evening for Walter Talcott. Number 3, rather, for Walter Talcott. He had 2 in a row back in the 7th. Here's a right-handed hitting Drew Ellis. Swings and misses at the first pitch. Had some movement on it to the outside. 0-1. Ellis wearing the collar this evening. Light out to shortstop in the first. Grounded into a 5-3 in the fourth. Light out to center field. His last time up in the 6th. Then he jacks this one deep to left center field. That'll get down. Extra bases for sure. Left fielder Cox picks it up at the track and guns it into the cutoff. There's a 1-out double for Drew Ellis. So a 2-bagger is the first hit of the night for Ellis, and he brings up the designated hitter Nick Akins. I want to remind everybody it is Fireworks Saturday here at Whitaker Bank Ballpark, and it's one of the many promotions we have going on weekly during this Battle of the Bourbon Trail. Wednesdays, 25-cent hot dogs, sponsored by Kentucky Coal Association. Thursdays, double promos with Thirsty Thursdays and Bark in the Park, presented by Lexington Brewing and Distilling and Pepsi, respectively, as the first pitch is fouled away. Fridays are now Fry-Yays, thanks to the good people at Budweiser. Take a load off with our $2 Bud Light Seltzer Special. And here we are on a beautiful Saturday evening. Comfortable 71 degrees. The weather's looking good, knock on wood, for some post-game fireworks. 0-1. There's an off-speed, misses the lower third. One's all across the board, a ball, a strike, and one away. This game's been rolling along a little slower than we've seen usually. Pitchers have been taking their time. 1-1 is well inside, skips out of the glove of the catcher, crisp, and Ellis advances to third with ease. Count runs to 2 balls and 1 strike. $11-1 is our score. Las Leyendas lead the Legends. here in the top of the 8th inning. The 2-1 delivery to Akins is popped up foul and well over the rooftop behind home plate. 2-2 is the count. One gone and a man 90 feet from home plate in Drew Ellis. Talcott's got one he likes from Crisp. Sets, now the stretch. 2-2 runs well outside and fills up the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Akins, a righty at the plate in the designated hitter spot for the Legends, is 0 for 3 this evening. Line out to left, and struck out a couple of times, and he takes a walk. Ball 4 ran outside, and now runners on the corners for the Legends. So here's the righty Sam Claycamp in left field tonight. First pitch to Claycamp, misses outside for a ball, 1-0. Claycamp struck out looking his first time up in the second. Got to first on an error by the shortstop, Ludi. He drives this one deep to right field. Little goes back and catches it as it bounces off the wall. 1 run will score. Nick Akins is in at third, and Claycamp has himself a double on a well-hit ball that bounced off the wall in right center. So a nice little RBI double from Claycamp puts a run on the board for the Legends. They still trail 11-2, but puts 2 runners in scoring position, including himself on second base and Nick Akins on third. First pitch to the catcher, Cornett, runs inside for a ball, 1-0. Cornett is 1 for 3 this evening, doubled his last time up in the 7th. As he takes a ball inside. Cornett grounded into a 4-3 putout back in the 4th and struck out swinging back in the 2nd. Talcott still on the mound for the Legends. The righty delivers the 2-0. That is chopped just foul down the third base line. Count moves to 2-1. Talcott fared pretty well, besides giving up the only 2 runs scored by the Legends. Has fared very well, I should say. Struck out 3 batters, all of them looking. His command's starting to dwindle in these later innings, but he's putting up a good effort nonetheless, as this one is lifted a liner into center field. Another run scores. A fourth will be waved around, and it's a 2 RBI single, courtesy of the catcher, Dalton Cornett. So the Legends stringing together a series of 3 runs to make the score 11-4 here in the 8th. We've got a business meeting on the mound. Don't think there will be a potential new pitcher for Las Leyendas. There is, however, somebody warming up in the bullpen down the right field line. And that's Zach Logue, the lefty, former UK Wildcat, playing catch in the right field bullpen as Devin Hairston, the shortstop, Comes up to the plate. He smacks the first pitch, a liner into left field. Dalton Cornett advances to second, and the Legends finally getting the bats going a little bit in this 8th inning. So Devin Hairston rounds out the order for the Legends, and we're back at the top with center fielder Ben Revere. This is the second time Walter Talcott has faced Ben Revere tonight, and the first time was back in the 7th when Revere was called out on looking strikes. 1 gone, 2 men on, 11-4. There's a breaking ball missed low and inside for ball 1. One ball, no strikes to Ben Revere, the left-handed hitting center fielder. There's a fastball that misses low and in. Again, 2 balls, no strikes. Peter Bocchino earlier replaced Ivan DeJesus at first base, and he'll be taking his... He's on deck, rather. I shouldn't say he will be taking his first plate appearance. It's certainly a possibility as this one smacked foul down the right field line and appeared to have hit Zach Logue in the back as he was warming up, but he seems totally unaffected. Count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike. In addition to the looking strikeout, Revere was called out on in the 7th. He walked in the 5th, flied out to right field in the 3rd, and grounded into a 4-3 putout to lead things off for the Legends in the 1st. Swing and a miss. Revere was swinging for the fences at a high off-speed pitch. That was up and away, and that evens up the count 2-2. Even 2-2 count. Revere swings and pops it up the other way. Diving and can't make the catch is Cox. 1 run is waved around. Cox throws it into third base, and it's an RBI. They're going to give Ben Revere the single as he's in at first. Devin Hairston moves to second. Dalton Cornett scores, and the score is now 11-5 in favor of Las Leyendas. So Peter Bocchino will take his first plate appearance for the Legends this evening, of course. And he takes a first pitch ball. Strike, rather, on the low outside corner. 0-1. Righty waits patiently for Talcott to deliver from the stretch. Here it is. It's a foul. Back to the screen. Quickly 0-2 for Peter Bocchino. Bocchino replaces Ivan DeJesus Jr., who left the game with a single, a walk, and 2 looking strikeouts. Bocchino looking to make some magic happen with 2 men on, one of them in scoring position. Talcott taking his time in discussion with Chris. They agree on things, and here's the 0-2. There's a bloop shot to center field that might get down. There's a dive and no grab by Little coming in from right field. So it is a single. But Devin Hairston had to stay. No, he was out. That is an out for sure. Didn't look like an out to me. It was confirmed by the PA announcer Jack Haynes here. So there's the second out on a great diving catch by Sam Little in right. Revere and Hairston hold up at first and second base. And here's Matt Winokur, the right fielder. Oh, 2. First pitch, rather. Looking at the scoreboard. That's in there for a strike on the outside edge. 0-1. Winokur has himself a pair of singles, one in the first and one in the third. Grounded into an unassisted play at shortstop on a fielder's choice in the fifth as he pops this one foul down the third base line. It's quickly 0-2. Winokur grounded into a 3-1 putout his last time up. That ended the top half of the seventh. So the Legends with 4 runs so far this inning, 2 men on the bases. 11-5 in favor of Las Leyendas. Evan Hairston clicking his heels at second base, and this one is fouled back behind home plate as a fan screams, I got it, but it bounces off the wall above the glass. And into the hands of a fan down lower in the seats. Count remains 0-2 for the lefty right fielder Matt Winokur. Crowd anxious for him to do something here with men on the bases. Talcott in talks with Crisp. Twirling the ball in his right hand. It's now in his glove, and from the stretch, the 0-2. Off speed, sails high and misses the zone. So ball and 2 strikes to Winokur. Lefty waits patiently. Talcott dictating the pace of this game. And a 1-2 misses outside. 2s all across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 gone. Clock is approaching 10 o'clock. Temperature has been steady at 71 degrees since the sun set. Comfortable weather for everybody in attendance. 2 balls, 2 strikes in the pitch. That's lifted. A liner into center field. Elmore going after it with 10 steps to his left, and he makes the catch. The side is retired. Legends put their biggest offensive spot on the board this top half of the 8th with 4 runs. They still trail the Leyendas 11-5. Bottom of the 8th coming at you. Leyendas up the bat with Webb Little, Mike Millian, and Colin Ludy. Legends baseball returns in just a few moments on the Legends Broadcast Network. Ronnie Engelman leads things off here in the bottom half of the 8th inning for Las Leyendas. He replaced Webb Little at first base. He's back last inning. The first pitch is taken outside for a ball, 1-0. Little leaves this game with 2 walks, a single, and a swinging strikeout. And there's a called, it's a foul tip into the glove of Cornett. for strike one. The 1-1. There's a breaker to the outside, misses the zone, 2-1. Brian Fuller still in the game for the Legends. The 2-1 is swung on and fouled back to the netting behind home, 2-2. Fuller had somewhat of an easy start to things. He was backed up beautifully by his defense with 2 fly balls, 1 to shortstop, 1 to right field, and then the final out was a 4-3 ground out hit into by Sam Little. Ronnie Engelman, the righty, with a 2-2 count, and he's hitting the left hip. So that'll start things off here in the bottom of the 8th. Some Lexington Legends defensive changes. John Sansone replaces Austin Newman at second base. Newman replaces Clay Camp in left field. Here's Mike Millian, the left fielder. And the first pitch to him. Fouled off his left ankle. That's got to hurt. 0-1. This is Matt Cox, rather. Cox, of course, replaced Mike Millian in left last inning. There's a swift pickoff move back to first. Aquino can't get the tag in time as Little slid in safely. Oh and 1 on Matt Cox, the pitch. There's a fastball, low and away, finds the zone on the corner for strike 2. Fuller discussing things with Cornick. And a pitch he likes. That one is grounded right back to the pitcher. It's bobbled. Second baseman Sansone had to back it up. Couldn't get there in time. So the scoreboard flashes an error on the pitcher, Brian Fuller. It's the first error of the game for the Legends. Las Leyendas also committed 1 error. It was the shortstop Colin Ludy earlier, and he's at the plate now, the right-handed hitter. Looks at the first pitch that misses up and away for a ball, 1-0. Ludy's got a couple of singles, one in the 6th, one back in the 5th. He was hit by a pitch back in the 4th, struck out in the 2nd. 1-0, fastball misses outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Ludy's also been driven home twice, most recently on a grand slam by the DH Cole Cottom, who's been replaced by Jorge Pascual. And he was driven in on a double by Luke Becker as he fouls this one off for strike 1. Runners on first and second, Matt Cox at first, Webb Little at second. 11-5, Las Leyendas, with nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. Fuller with the 2-1. There's a called ball 3 on the outside. Count moves to 3-1. The pitch. This is popped up and over the rooftop behind home plate. Rather on the rooftop, if you heard that metal clang. Got his 3 balls and 2 strikes. Out of Colin Ludy, the shortstop. Payoff pitch. This is popped up, could be playable. It's drifting in foul territory down the first base line. Bocchino is there to make the grab, one away. So as Ludi is retired on a pop fly into foul territory, caught by the first baseman Bocchino, here is the catcher Bobby Crisp. Bobby Crisp, the righty, rocking the ice-white cleats tonight. First pitch from Fuller, swing and a miss. 69-mile-an-hour breaking ball. Had him fooled on that one on the outside. No balls and a strike to the righty Crisp. 2 men on, 1 man out. 11-5, Leyendas. This is popped up in foul territory down the first base line, and it's trailing toward the rooftop. There it was. Quickly 0-2 to Crisp. Crowd's holding itself well up currently as they're all anxiously waiting for the fireworks show after the game. A huge cut and a miss on the 0-2 by Bobby Crisp. 2 gone. Strikeout number 1 for Brian Fuller on the night. So we're back up at the top of the order for Las Leyendas for the 6th time this evening. Duran Elmore, the left fielder, takes his place in the box on the right side. Ready's up, as does Fuller. Now the pitch. It's called ball 1 on the inside. The 1-0 delivery. Off speed outside, misses the zone. 2 balls, no strikes. Elmore's rocking some off-colored red batting gloves. 2-0. There's another off-speed in that same location to the outside. Moves the count now to 3 balls and no strikes. The 3-0 offering. There's a fastball on the outside, strike 1. Good get-me-over pitch there for Fuller. The righty sidearm delivering hurler. And a 3-1. There's a 5-pitch walk to Duran Elmore, and that'll load up the bases here in the bottom half of the 8th. It's the first walk that Brian Fuller has given up, albeit a tough one, since it loads up the bases, and second baseman Luke Becker stepping into the box. There's a hard-hit ground ball. Rolls into right field. 1 run will score as the ball's picked up and thrown in by Matt Winokur. Las Leyendas extend their lead 12-5. There's an RBI for Becker. And that is Becker's 4th RBI in the season, this Battle of the Bourbon Trail. There's a righty Jorge Pascual. Takes a strike, 0-1. Fuller with the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on 1 outside, 0-2. Oh, 2 on the way. That's a breaker to the outside, moves the count to 1-2. 12-5, our score here at Whitaker Bank Ballpark. Las Leyendas with a towering lead over the Legends. And the 1-2 pitch from Fuller. Swing and a miss. Got him on the breaker outside. And the inning is over. Top of the ninth coming up. Las Leyendas are 3 outs away from taking this game 12-5. Baseball back in a few moments on Prep Spin and the Legends Broadcast Network. Las Leyendas are 3 outs away from taking this 12-5 lead they have home over the Lexington Legends. Last inning looked a little promising, though, for the Legends offense as they managed to string together 4 runs. In addition to the 1 run they scored in the 7th inning. All 5 of those runs were given up by Walter Talcott, who has exited the game and has been replaced by the righty Chris Mockamer, looking to close this thing out for Las Leyendas. He faces Austin Newman, who led things off in the top half of the 8th. And the top of the ninth starts now. The righty deals. There's a 93-mile-an-hour fastball, missed just a touch, up and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Newman is 0 for 1 since coming into this game in the 8th, 1-0. 90-mile-an-hour fastball misses downstairs. 2-0 now to Newman, who struck out looking his first time up back in the 8th. The righty readies up, and the 2-0. Fastball misses down and in. This guy is throwing some heat. 91, 92, 93 miles an hour on these 3 balls in a row from Chris Mockamer. And there is ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk to lead things off to Austin Newman here in the top of the 9th. Greetings and well wishes to Linda Miller listening in from St. Louis, Missouri. Linda, thank you very much for tuning in. And for everybody listening in on Prep Spin and the Legends Facebook page or the Legends Twitter, we thank you very much for hanging on with us this evening. 12-5 is the score here in the top of the 9th. 1 man on, nobody out. Austin Newman was just walked, and he's replaced in the batter's box by Drew Ellis, who takes the ball outside, 1-0. Ellis doubled and scored back in the 8th. He flied out in the 6th, grounded out in the 4th, and flied out again in the 1st, and he takes a fastball inside for ball 2. Mockamer has not thrown a strike yet. He just issued a 4-pitch walk to Austin Newman. Now Drew Ellis looking at a 2-0 count. 12-5 the score. Now the 2-0. This is swung on and lined hard down the left field line. It drops fair into the corner. Austin Newman round second on his way to third, and Ellis is at second, standing up with a double. Lexington Legends not going down without a fight against Las Leyendas here in the top of the ninth. Two runners quickly positioned in scoring position. And here's the designated hitter, Nick Akins. It's a brief business meeting amongst Las Leyendas pitching coach, the catcher, and the pitcher, Chris Mockimer, is conducted and ended. Akins readies up on the right side. He's ready for the first pitch from Mockimer. Here it is. Fastball called strike one on the lower third of the zone. Oh, 1 pitch. Tried to hang him up with the curveball, but that missed downstairs for a ball. Count is 1-1. Akins, the righty, in an upright stance. Takes a cut at the 1-1, pops it foul down the first baseline and well over the rooftop, 1-2. The 1-2 is a hard hit fly ball foul down the right field line. Runners in scoring position. Ellis at second and Austin Newman at third. Akins looking to do some magic, to work some magic here with a 1-2 count. Mockimer kicks and deals. Made him dance for that off-speed pitch, a changeup. Ran well inside, and that'll even up the count at 2-2. Mockimer deals. Swing and a miss. Got him on the high outside fastball. Ran at 92 miles an hour on the gun. There's one away. Ellis and Austin Newman might have to be a little patient. Here's this is John Sansone replacing Sam Claycamp in the lineup. First pitch to him, swung on and missed. Took a cut for the fences there. It's 0-1. This is John Sansone's first at-bat in this game. He replaces Sam Claycamp, as I mentioned just a few moments ago. 0-1. There's a called strike two on a breaking ball to the outside. Mockimer, who began throwing 6 balls in a row to get things started here in the ninth, has gained some control on his fastball and his breaking ball thrown beautifully right there on the outside edge. As the 0-2, a fastball sails a touch high at 92 miles an hour. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. 12-5 in favor of Las Leyendas. Legends have 2 men on, both in scoring position. 1-2. This is popped up high in the air to shallow right field. Second baseman Becker setting up camp, backs up a few steps and makes the catch. 2 gone. So Sansone flies out on a high pop-up to the second baseman Becker. Newman and Ellis hoping to not be stranded on second and third respectively. Here's Dalton Cornett, the catcher. Seems all up to him at the moment. The first pitch from Mockemer, a breaking ball, nicks the outside edge. No balls and a strike. Lefty Cornett, waiting patiently for the 0-1. Mockemer, glove at neck level. There's another breaking ball. This time misses down and away for an even 1-1 count now. 12-5 in favor of Las Leyendas. Crowd waiting patiently here in the 9th. See those famous Saturday evening fireworks. Be happening every Saturday from now on until the Battle of the Bourbon Trail ends. A huge swing and a miss and an inside breaking ball. All it's going to take for Mockemer is one strike, and Las Leyendas have this game. Lefty Cornett steps back into the box. One, two. This is popped up. High in the air, down the left field line, trailing toward the foul line. Cox is there and makes the catch. And this game belongs to Las Leyendas. The Las Leyendas and Lexington Legends have now split this two-game home series, 1-1. Final score reads Las Leyendas 12 runs, Legends 5, 11 hits apiece, and 1 error apiece. A lot of things happened in tonight's game, especially on the offensive side from Las Leyendas. They, of course, opened up the scoring early in the second with a one-run spot, another one-run spot in the third, but the thing that really solidified the momentous offensive pull for Las Leyendas was, one, their 4-run spot in the fourth and their 5-run spot in the fifth. Scoring 9 runs in 2 innings is not only an upper for the scoring club, but a downer for the other team. And so that definitely secured the win in my book. And hey, the Legends late in the game really had they had a go at things, scoring 1 in the 7th and 4 in the 8th. They really strung together some key opportunities that I think definitely worked in their favor as at least a morale boost, a boost of hope, if you will, if anything. So the final score, 12-5. The past couple nights, it's been Brandon Phillips as my little MVP of the night. Tonight, Phillips didn't have the best night. That's okay, though. Struck out once, flied out to right, flied out to left field, and was replaced by Austin Newman. The man who really stepped up tonight offensively was Cole Cottom, designated hitter for Las Leyendas. 2 home runs tonight, contributed to most of the 12 runs scored by Las Leyendas to secure this 12-5 win. He was just all over the zone tonight, exhibiting great plate discipline and taking these baseballs on a ride over the wall, driving guys in like nobody's business. And so as the lights settle down here, we're about to begin the fireworks at Whitaker Bank Ballpark, and this is an optimal time for me to say this has been Andrew Murphy with you on the mic. We'll see you tomorrow night as we've got another game coming up. First pitch will be at 6:45 tomorrow night. Instead of Legends versus Leyendas, it's going to be the Yalls versus the Legends. And correction, first pitch is at 5:05. You can catch all the action right here on Prep Spin and, of course, the Legends Facebook and Twitter pages. For everybody here at the Legends broadcast team, this is Andrew Murphy saying so long, have a pleasant evening, and I will see you tomorrow night.